Hey there YouTube, Superbrain AK here, and it's Tezzeret. Got a bunch of magic themed wallpapers. That's one of the Eldrazi ones. And well, got my spreadsheet on. And are you ready for this? Green ones I've got highlighted there, which are actually charging right now. And boom! That's actually the serial number of that battery pack. Thought that was hilarious. Yeah, you can kind of see what I've got going on. A little more. I got them charged up, and most of them seem to be pretty good. We got the 2667. Well, that's all of B, so that's only 30%. I've actually got some formulas now. You can see 3 times whatever C2 is, which is all the way up at the top. There's C2, which is the actual rated capacity of them. And these are actually 4.35 volt cells. These are LGA BD11865. So, spreadsheets are, kind of boring. So, get you to the real stuff. Oh, by the way, you are now mounted properly on the phone tripod with a little mount. And take you sideways. Isn't it pretty? I've got... Can I turn on the light? No, I cannot. So I will turn that off. That should be better. Zoom out. There we go. This is the charger finished. And, well, what it is, it's another piece of metal, like I had, and then a piece of aluminum, which is actually a aluminum stake, basically. It's got a hole in it. And then the LM2596HV modules, which are glued in with some heatsink compound on the back. Arctic silver, of course. And then the positive and negative terminals are connected together, so on all of them. And you can see I have replaced the input diode, reverse polarity, since, well, I'm not going to screw it up. As soon as I wire it all up, it'll be impossible to. With a short length of wire, replace it with a short length of wire. Not that it's actually going to be fusible wire, it's just a little piece of wire. And the B340 diode there, which is pretty good. And so I have set the voltage on each of them and glued it to 4.22 volts. And they're charging up these 5 cells. We got 6 bays right now. And you can see, let me grab my flashlight wherever I stuck that. Alright. So you can see a dot of glue. And then here you can see I've got a little thermometer. So that'll be underneath each one. And then I've got the positive going over to the positive of thing, and then the negative jumping from that side over to the negative of that. The fatal flaw with these is, well, if I short this negative to that screw down there, the current, it won't be able to limit the current, since the negative has to go through the current shunt on the negative. So, not the best, but still, you're probably not going to short it out. So I just have to make sure that the cells have a decent heat shrink. And you can see here I've got the little wires that go to all the thermal sensors on each of the ports, and that's going to be wired up to some LM339s, which are dual or quad comparators. Now we'll have 3 of them on a little board that I'm probably going to put in here underneath and just wire them all together, because I'm going to need 6 comparators for that and another 6 up here. So I'll have a total of 12 chargers on this board. And yeah, that will be in conjunction with my first 6 dischargers. So I'll probably have to make another discharge board, or not, because charging takes twice as much time basically as discharging, because you have to discharge them. You have to charge them first, discharge them, and then put them back in the charger, so you can test if it's got a self-discharge or not. So yeah, so these guys are currently running off of this guy, and you can follow it. You got the alligator clips right here, going down, down, down to this XT60, which actually goes into this guy. And this is a Team Tenergy watt meter. So far we've got 66.8 watt hours. And this guy definitely changes its display really quickly. So you really gotta catch it as it goes by. And this is just the it's just connected through this XT60 kind of splitter tap, which just goes over here. You can see that there. So yeah, that's going off of the main 12 amp output, which normally goes to the 3012. And the DPS 3012 is actually working a little bit. It is actually powering the headway pack, because I'm going to run it through discharge on this guy, because I want to test this little thing that I got. So this is kind of an AO Coda product update, because I've got both the CellMeter 8, which I've got it kind of balancing here with the external pack so it doesn't accidentally discharge, because we've got that's right, 3.55, 3.548, 3.551, so that's almost pretty darn balanced. So I have this guy, which is the big discharge thing that you can connect to it, plug it into the servo port, and it'll discharge. The 150 watt discharge module. And a little bit later we will look at this guy, which is a 6-cell charger. And of course we're going to take it apart. So let's get the headway pack discharging, since don't need it to, it's pretty close. Alright, that's turned off now. So I will disconnect it from the DPS 3012. We will connect my other Tenergy watt meter. And these, unfortunately, reset their wattage every time you unplug it. So it's a little unfortunate, but it's fine. Yeah, we'll plug all of that in, and we will plug this guy into there. The positive goes to the positive signal out, and the negative goes to there. So we will set the discharge down to, well, 3 volts per cell. So you just hold this, it'll go into the discharge voltage, and then this goes up and this goes down. And you go through all the settings, you can turn on and off the LED, turn on and off the key beep, and it'll also beep at you once it's finished, so that's why I have that on. And then it goes to, it uses the servo output to talk to that board, which is normally in this case, which has an input, an output, and an XT60 battery input and a load output, which goes to these 6 wires. Yeah, 2 for each one of these 50-watt incandescent bulbs, which are 24-volt rated. So it came with 3 of them, and you can see it's got 3 MOSFETs there in the top, one input connector and an output connector and the battery connector, an orange power LED. And on the back you can see it's got a 78L05 or something. And then some sort of chip. Not sure if this is a serial to parallel connector or a microcontroller. Someone will have to sniff whatever this input data is. This is not directly through. One pin is, but the other is not. So it can kind of individually control this one or a second module for higher discharge rates. So back on this guy, we will hold that and it will discharge. So it first turned on the first bulb. That is drawing 1 amp. Yeah, it's turning on the other 2. 3, 4 amps. 4.2. You can see the voltage dropping off, or the voltage dropping off. And I will turn on that fan there because these are hot. And of course the things have gotten dark. So there we can see 13.58. So that's pretty close. And now this will discharge through all of them with the bulbs, and it will also use its internal balance MOSFETs and resistors to balance the cells. So right now when it shows the full voltage, it will show up there which cells it's actually discharging by which ones are on. So if it says 1, 2, 3, 4, that means all 4 of its discharge balance connectors are working. If it shows 1, 2, and 4, that means 1, 2, and 4 there. It means 3 has reached the minimum voltage, and so that balance is off. And of course, as soon as one of them hits the lowest voltage that we just set to, which is 3 volts, it will turn off the lights, which is obviously discharging all four at the same time. So it just makes it a lot more, a lot quicker to discharge. So I'll be running that, and so yeah, this is a 4S Lifebow 4, so these aren't pulling the full 150 watts, it's only pulling 60 watts and 4.5 amps. So while that's going, I will take a look. Well, I'll do that in another video and give you an update as soon as this guy's done. So, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for part 2, and I will see you then. Thanks for watching.